I got a little farther that time.
Good.
I'm getting better. I just want to get better at it. Getting better.
Hey gang, this is Tim and welcome to another episode of Tim on the Fly. Today we're out at a local county lake. Bluegills are on the beds, and I'm going to be joined today by my two nephews, Sam, who's 14, and Henry, who's 9. And the goal for the day is going to be to get them into their first fish on a fly rod. So pretty gung-ho about that. I've got their dad with us, and we're going to stick him behind the camera while I show the guys the ropes, and then I'm going to put down my rod for the day and be a gilly and guide and see if we can't get these guys hooked into some fish. So let's go see what's happening.
How do you do that?
And then when you get done, when you get the line up, don't worry about that until I show you, okay? You're going to take the line up. When you take the line up, you get that line up. That's what you're going to cast, right? And so now you're just going to pick that line up with the rod like this. One line gets behind you, then you pick it up and throw it forward. Get your setup right now. So, you put my rod down, you take your rod up. So let's get you ready, okay? So you're going to take this. You're going to take the rod, right? Right? And you're going to put it in your right hand because you're right-handed, right? Okay. And then you're gonna back. Now when you come forward, when you're ready to put that line out on the water, then you can lower the rod. So you get the fly out there. And see how that fish ate it already? Yep.
Yeah, it's just minnows coming out of it.
Yeah. That was the bass right there.
Was it? Yeah, I'm not very close.
Okay, but you gotta leave it kind of still so that they can find it. Get at it. Oh, little guys are biting on it. Just pick it up there and pick it up and see if you can put it out a little further. Now don't reel it in. You don't have to
I'm so confused.
You don't have to reel it in. All you got to do, see, that's the cool thing about fly fishing is once that fly's out there, if I want to cast it again, all I got to do is pick it up, put it back out there. I don't have to reel.
No, I can't hold it in.
That minnow's already
Where was that guy?
Little bastard shot at that dragonfly.
I don't even see where all
Why don't we pick it up, see if you can pick it up and cast it over here where these rocks are at.
Oh.
The key probably to getting kids into fishing is getting kids into fish and getting kids into fish fairly quickly. And on this particular piece of water right now, the reason I chose it is the bluegills are on the beds. They're fairly close to the bank. So the kids are just going to have to learn to put a fly out there to be able to get fish. They're not going to have to be accurate. They're not going to have to get good distance. All they're going to have to do is be able to get it out there. So, you know, the frustrations of trying to learn how to cast are going to largely not be part of it. Hopefully we can get them onto fish pretty close to immediately and get them excited about this.
Oh, that's a great one, because they're always in their area.
You might have to move over just a little bit pretty soon. You might run out of fish in that exact spot.
Cast it back out.
No? I know where they're hiding. They're hiding under a little rock.
Something surfaced not too far away.
Use the tip of your rod. There you go. Cast it back out.
Henry, the 9-year-old, he's easily the most fish-oriented of the two. He's out to catch fish. He's out to catch numbers. He's out to catch size. It was pretty easy to get him going. We got him onto fish fairly easily, and he really took off.
Hold him up. Hold him towards me so he looks bigger.
There you go.
There you go. He's huge. He's huge. All right. Throw him in. Throw him out there.
Come on, little buddy.
There you go.
I need a really big bluegill. I ran out of
Yep,
line.
hold on. My feet are all tangled up in line.
Yeah.
Somebody's spare line.
Yeah, like who is that? when I was fishing, I'm like, hey, what's pulling on? It
Here,
must've been
Henry,
Sam's
take your
one.
fish. Hold him up. All right,
I've never caught a
nice.
fish actually. This might be my biggest fish. Well, not my biggest fish. My biggest bluegill ever.
You think so, huh?
Yeah.
That is actually what we call a green sunfish,
Really?
rather than a bluegill. Yep. Let's get him off the hook here.
And I'll toss him into where he belongs.
Yep.
I love fish.
Get him off the hook. Get him by the lip. There you go. All right, way to go. Sam, on the other hand, he's a little more laid back, a little more interested in taking on the technique and learning how to do it and how to do it well. So he was a little less fish oriented off the bat, which means that, of course, he'd be the one that couldn't put his fly in the water without something grabbing it.
I know where you are. He's right there.
Why? You already grabbed it. Come on, I'm trying to figure this out.
Hard when you catch all the little ones while you're trying to catch the big ones. Swing him over here. Swing him over here. We'll get his giganticness on film here.
Why do they just grab it the second it comes? I'm just trying to learn how to throw the thing.
The trick is to get a little more line off the rod first. Swing it this way for me.
It's coming? Okay.
Yep. So we need to pull a little bit of line off the rod. Let go of it.
Any more?
There you go. Now you got a little more you can start with. I'd throw it out there in the water a little further, but then one of those little ones will pick it up. Alrighty.
He's right there.
There you go. Now you're getting further.
Were you recording me? Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't sing that. It might get DNC. Oh, back again.
Oh, there you go. Nice one.
I can't see him out there. You'll see it because he'll come up and pop it. And you'll feel it tight. Get it out a little further the other way.
Yeah.
So easy. You're not messing up your...
Now, one thing you can do to make things a little easier is go ahead and keep the line in this hand. Just hold the line in this hand, and that way you all use one hand swing on the rod. It'll be a little easier to swing. But after we got that little guy taken care of, we got him out, we got him casting, we got him into some bigger fish too. Once we got him fairly comfortable with what was going on, got him into a couple of fish, then we moved over towards where the bedding bluegills were at and where the action was going to get a little heavier. And sure enough, pandemonium ensued. So we had a pretty good day for a while. Here, hold this, Henry. Oh, no, that's bluegill.
Hey.
Yeah, that's
Big old male bluegill.
Hey.
awesome. Oh, I want to try.
Here we go. The man and the fish.
There's only one.
Wait, I need it. Hold him.
One opening.
Yep.
Can't get him.
You can either do that, or this one's big enough you can go ahead and lip him. Get your thumb in there and...
Nah.
Okay, then let me do that and you can get a hold of him. There you go.
It feels rude.
Yeah, well. There you go. Get him back in the water.
Sam, are you scared of that fish?
Got
Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably not the best for further fishing, but... Pull the line out slowly, then put it back in. So, roll cast is your way to go. Look at that.
I was going to say, that wasn't bad at all.
Pull the line. Grab the line and pull it. No, no, no. You gotta keep pulling the line like that. Keep pulling it.
Got one.
Yeah, they're getting bigger too.
Yeah, but I am still really annoyed by that bass. I know he's right there. He's right there, right there.
Yeah.
Alright, Tim, this one's got...
No, wait, is this going to be... Oh, that's
Yeah.
my biggest fish ever. I've never got a fish Oh my gosh, I've never gotten a fish
There
this big.
you go.
I've never gotten a fish this big.
We'll get a hold of him because we got to get your brothers off real quick.
Alright. See you hook, I'll get him on.
Okay. Let's see what you got here, Sam.
What?
Yep. Back up.
He's fighting.
Now you got you in the cattails. Just back straight up. There we go.
Trying to get him some air.
Ow!
Oh, he's not in there that deep.
Now you gotta put your finger on the front of the spike. You gotta smooth it like a mohawk.
There we go.
I need to hold every fish.
Hey, you don't need to. You don't want to.
It bit
We
me.
just gotta get a picture of you and the fish.
That fish bit me.
Kiss him.
No.
Alright, Tim, I'm gonna cast it.
And in he goes.
Tangled up at the top, buddy.
Oh. Tim, can you help me?
If there's any fish on the top of the water, you gotta slap them into submission.
I got it way past that log. Let's see if I can get it further. Oh, I got a little farther that time.
Good.
I'm getting better. I just want to get better at it. Get better.
Of course, you know, as the sun got up higher, pretty clear water at this pond, so the fishing kind of slowed down. The fish moved out, they moved down. The bedding fish got a little shyer after we'd caught a few of them off the beds. And so things kind of slowed down a little bit. One of the biggest enemies of kids in fishing is boredom. So it was time to find something else to do. Keep them outside, but still something else to do around the water. Henry, as it turns out, had an ulterior motive for the day. He had an agenda of his own, and he wanted to do some rock skipping and some rock throwing, so we kind of abandoned the pond and went and found a nice creek somewhere where we could do a little rock skipping. Didn't hurt that it's also a place that I wanted to scout out for a future episode, so you'll probably see more of this later on too.
This one looks like it's gonna skip pretty good.
And you got more out of it than I thought you would.
Not about force, Samuel. About rotation.
Too heavy.
Oh, like discus? Henry, move.
No, it's like this. Use your finger. See something?
I did it.
It's hard because it's so high up. Oh, wait, no, can I have it?
Here. Really? You wasted my good rod?
It's too heavy. That was way too heavy. It's too high up. Too high up.
There's no way you'd have kept me out of here.
Well, you'd already be neck deep if you were a kid.
Pull that line off right there.
Uh-huh.
Swing.
Look at me.
What in the world?
Oh! That's a great one. How about you think, Henry?
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna throw this little one in. Just save the suspense of him falling in. I'm just gonna toss him in.
I can do
Too late.
this. There we go. Now it'll skip. If I throw it hard enough, it'll do what I want it to.
Stand on that rock down there.
Look at this one's great.
If you waste this, just stand on the rock.
3.
Yep.
Alright, it's time for the
master.
That's the master. Who's the master?
light.
Wow.
I bet I can get even this one because I'm just that good. It worked. It went in. Oh, yeah,
Get
two
up here,
dogs,
boy.
right? And there's two dogs.
Well, that about wraps it up for this episode of Tim on the Fly. We got the kids into some fish. We got some first-class rock skipping and rock throwing done. Got to explore a little bit of a creek that's going to show up in a future episode, I'm pretty sure. So that's about it for today. Tight lines. We'll see you in the next one.
What did you say that you did? Spit on it. Got my little glass.